Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Dirt Grain Steel. I'm everybody's favorite host, Brandon, that was found under a rock by his parents. But anyways, what we got going on tonight is we painted the feed hopper. Got it painted. It's finished up. The welding's all done in it. So I painted it real quick, and wouldn't you know it, I ran out of paint, and I forgot to lower the door and paint that. So I'm out of paint, so got to get some more paint tomorrow. And I'm trying to get some loose ends tied up before we move on to our big river project that we're going to. We've got 2 track trucks on their way. We have a 60-foot long reach excavator on its way. And we've got to take our 200 Hitachi over, our dozer over, and possibly the 270. So we're going to be working on that tomorrow. And, well, for the next couple days, we're going to be working on that. So in the meantime, when I get off work at night, I've been coming home. I've been working on getting stuff ready to go to get the trommel set up and get back to mining. So anyways, I got this box all painted up, and I'm going to start welding up the water manifold. I'm going to be using Easy Weld 140 MP from Forney to weld this up. I changed my direction on this project a little bit. I was going to weld a pipe nipple in here, but I realized I had another 4-inch bung. So just for the sake of ease, I'm going to just weld another bung in. So there's going to be a bung here and a bung in the bottom, and then there's going to be 4 bungs in the side. So I've got the paint ground off, got the welder set up, so I'm going to get the camera mounted and do some welding on camera. So I was going to set the ESOB up with the wire feed, or the MIG gun and all that, but I didn't get my second tank filled. So, and I didn't get the cart built for it yet. So until I do that, I'm not going to weld any wire with that. I've left it set up as a stick machine, which is freaking awesome because that welder will run 70-18 1/8-inch rod, 1/8-inch 60-11, burns it like it's butter. That welder is awesome. I like that thing, and I'm doing 1/8-inch rod on 110 out here in my shop. So the thing has been awesome so far. Don't get me wrong, still like the Forney Easy Weld 140. You know, $500 welder versus $1,800 welder. I mean, it's gonna be a better welder, you know. So, but the Forney Easy Weld 140 is still a great welder. Oh, look at that big spider on the floor. Let's get rid of that. Anyways, the Forney Easy Weld 140 is still a great welder. Do not get me wrong. It's just that I wanted to be able to weld some thicker stuff here at my home shop. Like I said, I sold my Jeep project, so I had a little money, so I went out and I got me an ESOB, and I've wanted one for a long time. And like I said before, by the time I'm all said and done, I might end up with all the multi-process welders. I might buy a Miller, I might buy a Hobart, and I might get another Lincoln. So I really enjoy welding with the multi-purpose welders. So anyways, let's get started welding on this tank. Okay, so we're going to get started welding here. We've got our amperage on level 8. We've got our wire speed on level 9. This is about, it's about an 1/8-inch wall right here. So what we'll do is we'll stay hot up on this thick piece, bring that down to that 1/8-inch material. So, and we'll just meld it all together and make a nice weld all the way around. I don't know if I'll be able to weld this all the way around all at once. We'll see what happens. I don't know how good my stamina is tonight. I am tired, so, and I'm sticky from painting. I got overspray on my arms. It's just the hairs on my arms are sticky. I kind of hate spray painting, but it was the quickest, easiest way to do it, and I had the spray paint laying around. So anyways, let's get started welding. Hopefully there's no poof tonight like the other night when I was cutting it out. Let's go a little hotter. That should work. Got a good tack there. Okay, we're going to weld her up. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do it all the way around all at once. Kind of hot in here. There we have it. All the way around. If you notice, the sound kind of changed around here. That's because I got into the stamped letters that still had some paint in them that was pretty thick. So it was burning that paint out and it gave it a different sound. But it all looks pretty good. Real good for this welder. I mean, this welder does a nice job. I don't know if you can see that, but that's good weld all the way around there. That'll hold water, or water pressure. So I'm going to get it turned on its side, and I'm going to do the side ones. I did not see that I had a blue rag smoldering on the floor in the shop, so now the shop's full of smoke. Anybody that's dealt with these blue rags knows that they stink up the shop pretty quick. Fire hazard. Don't call OSHA on me. I'm a private shop. So anyways, let's get this up on the welding table and we'll get some of them side ones welded in. Okay, so I know originally in the last video when we first made this header, or manifold, whatever you want to call it, I said I was going to weld pipe nipples in these holes. Well, I didn't realize, I forgot that I had these welded bungs. I'm like, I'm going to go ahead and just weld them bungs in there, and then that gives me a little more option of what to thread in and whatnot. I don't just have a nipple sticking out of here. So, the only problem is we're working with a round tube, and these bungs are made to go on a flat surface. So that leaves this side quite a bit open that we need to fill in with weld. Now, the reason that I went with a round tube is because of turbulence purposes. So years ago when I was a lot younger, my dad was a lot younger, we worked at my uncle's farm, and we processed mint oil. We distilled mint oil, farmed mint, and at that time my dad and I done all the fabricating work, built everything that had to be specially built for the mint distillery and the wagons and all the harvesting equipment. Well, we expanded the mint still to handle 12 wagons at a time instead of just 6 that we had been distilling. So we had to add another boiler. When we added that extra boiler, we had to redo the exhaust system for the boiler because of the way it's set in the building. Well, we came up out of the boiler and we made a big square box. and that square box transitioned us over, and then we went up out the roof of the mint still. The problem was with that square box being a square box, it caught the turbulence from the exhaust of that boiler, and it vibrated building violently. Well, after we took that box and we cut it, 45'd it, and made a 45 up and out, we got rid of that turbulence. This is the same deal. If we force water in here and it starts churning inside this, if this was a square box, it's going to cause turbulence. And high volume water under pressure is going to get violent in there. So by this being a round tube, you reduce that turbulence in there, especially since a lot of the water is going to go out this end. We got a lot of free-flowing water going out, and then we have water going up. So it's all round, and there's going to be no turbulence in there. So that's why I went with this round style instead of making a square box like I originally was going to do. After I got to thinking about it, like past experience tells me, shouldn't do a square box. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to fill a gap. I've heard this called Texas TIG. I've heard the guys on Weld.com call it Texas TIG. I've been doing it way before I even watched them do it on Weld.com. In fact, I did it on the episode of putting the tanker back together. I don't remember if I think I made a video of me doing this. So I've got me some 3/32 7018 that I broke all the flux off of, and I'm going to show you how to do this. It's basically like TIG welding, but with a wire welder. So you just simply start your rod in here and you start welding, and you use this as extra filler. I think this welder should do it. We'll see what happens. Well, let me move the camera a little more so that we can get a better view and I'm not standing in front of the camera because... Okay, there. Let's see how this works. It takes a lot of coordination to do. You got to get in a good rhythm with it. And actually, I think I can use a little bigger rod. That's burning pretty well. So let me grab a little bigger piece. This is another. So I'll show you. Just take it simply like this. Knock all that out. Whoops! Poke your eye out, kid. So anyways, here's a. This is a 1/8 inch rod. This will fill even faster yet. So there we go. Looks good. There's a few spots where I got messed up, started and stopped. It's kind of hard to hold all this like this. If we were filling a gap like this, it'd be a lot easier, but it is what it is. But that's filled and sealed up, so I'm happy with that. So I'm going to finish welding these up. You get the idea what's going on here, and then we'll move on to another one. So after using the Texas TIG technique, you can see how the weld turns out. It looks good. I turned it on side so I could get it better in there. We got good penetration, got her good and hot, so it's going to be good and sealed. So now I'm going to trim those out just a little bit so that those will sit in there better, because I've got them cut for the dimension for the pipe nipples. But now since I'm going with the Welding bungs, I got to make them holes a little bigger so that they'll drop in there. So I'm going to get those burned out and get them other two welded in. Well, I was going to finish this evening, but I realized I'm out of argon. So I'm going to have to get a tank, and I'll have to get that tomorrow. So anyways, I've got plenty for this episode anyways. I don't want it to get too long. So I'm going to stop it right here. So we've got the 2 bungs put in, and we've got 1 in bung put in. So we've got 3 left to do. So that's a good stopping point. So anyways, thanks for watching. As always, I greatly appreciate it. I think we might hit 400 subscribers this weekend. So thank you everybody that's been watching. Thanks everybody that's subscribed. Welcome to the channel. Greatly appreciate you watching me. And stay tuned because there is a lot of cool stuff coming. The track trucks are coming. The 60-foot long reach excavator is coming. So, and the project we're going to start is going to be cool. So, stay tuned. You won't be let down. So anyways, thanks for joining me tonight. And have a safe weekend. If I don't make a video tomorrow night, have a safe weekend because it is Thursday night already. Tomorrow's Friday night. And have fun this weekend. Relax. Enjoy the weekend. And I will see you on the next video.